Is Luke Kwon the most hated man on the internet? It certainly seems that way at the moment after yesterday's round one of the Internet Invitational, one of the most anticipated series on YouTube golf history ever, and it did not disappoint. We're going to be talking all things Internet Invitational today. I'll do my best not to give any spoilers for you guys. Let's get into it. All right, before we get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know that October 30th, tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Time here on the Scratch Golf Show YouTube channel to discuss all things Internet Invitational. First round and second round that airs tomorrow. If you're a small content creator in the golf space who's wanted to get a shout out, do some promotion, join me here on the channel. Now's your chance. Or if you're just a subscriber, chatter who wants to give your thoughts, I want to hear what everyone has to say. So come back tomorrow, October 30th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel because you're going to need to be subscribed to the Scratch Golf Show channel to join me on the live stream. Anyway, let's get into today's video. All right, so let's just start with the elephant in the room, Luke Kwon. And if you didn't see the Internet Invitational, I'm posting this about 24 hours after. I don't feel the need to post 3 videos on one round of the Internet Invitational, cover everything in one video. But Luke Kwon is the most hated man on the internet right now. Like, if you somehow didn't see, or, I guess spoiler blocker, he missed his tee time yesterday. I didn't say yesterday, in August for the Internet Invitational. And he's getting dragged online everywhere. Any and every Barstool account that I've seen on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever social media app, it's saying something negative about Luke Kwon. And man, oh man, it's been getting a lot of hate. I've been seeing his YouTube videos, Instagram posts have been getting a lot of hate comments. I watched his video with Max Homa yesterday before the Internet Invitational, and that one is getting hate comments. It's crazy what the internet can do. I know Portnoy and everyone at Barstool putting out that he's the most hated man on the internet right now definitely isn't helping Luke. He did apologize. I did see he apologized yesterday on his Instagram story, which I'll post here. And he's even getting fried for the apology. Like, my man can do nothing right. I was actually able to meet Luke a couple weeks ago at the People's League event in Connecticut.
Guys, we're out here at the People's League Championship at Lake of Isles with the one and only Luke Kwon. Luke, how are we feeling going into today?
I missed my alarm this morning, which isn't new.
You and me both, my friend.
Did you?
My thoughts on him, he's a really nice dude. Like, he gave me a lot of time, answered a lot of questions, talked to me. Never really felt like I was less than. Like, I know I've seen a lot of stuff online calling him a DB or a Richard, per better word. I just think I'll just say this. Luke is the same person on camera that he is off camera. He basically is the same. Like, I was able to spend time with him off camera. He has that kind of vibes, do not care attitude throughout life. Like, that's just who he is. And if you played golf at the professional level, just to play devil's advocate here, in his defense, I would say when you've competed at the top level like Kwon has, getting up for a hit and giggle regardless for the prize pool, I don't want to say him not caring is a problem, but like, it's hard to get up for that if you're a pro golfer. It's just a hit and giggle. Yes, they're playing for a lot of money, but it's a hit and giggle. And I'm just playing devil's advocate, trying to give Kwon a little bit of just thoughts here. Like I said, he didn't do himself any favors talking about PFT the way he did, and kind of doing that whole thing. And I think if he actually showed up and apologized and like wasn't the way he was to PFT, that this would be a non-existent story. I think, yes, people would make fun of him for missing the tee time. And yeah, I'm sure there maybe be some hate comments because he missed his tee time for $1 million tournament, when people would kill to show up to that. But I think the way he handled it after the fact, before the fact, didn't do himself any favors. I think that's led to a lot of the hate comments. Now, let me say this. The production of the Internet Invitational was absolutely stellar. Perfect. I was engaged from start to finish. That's hard for a 3-hour and 41-minute YouTube video. But this was shot 2 months ago. Keep that in mind. So this was produced, I don't want to say probably produced in a certain way, but you even saw it last, like in the draft before they even teed off, that like Kwon saying like, I don't care about PFT, like I'm gonna, carry you, like I got you, like, and they started painting that picture before he missed his tee time. So I will say that content needs a villain, and unfortunately for Kwon's sake, it looks like he's going to be the villain for the Internet Invitational. Who knows what we didn't see? Who knows the footage that was cut? It was cut in a way to, I guess, I don't want to say make Kwon look bad, but it's content, right? It's content. It's Barstool. That's what they do. They're very good at what they do. And I'm not taking a shot at Barstool. I'm just saying, who knows what we missed? Kwon didn't do himself any favors the way he handled it on camera, at least. Like I said, who knows what we missed. He said he just got back from Norway. I want to provide you guys some context on that. So that was back in August. I believe he was actually traveling a lot. He was in Norway and Finland for a Tacoma shoot. As you guys know, Kwon and the New Zealand boys are on staff with Tacoma. I am as well. I got my bad boy Tacoma clubs right here. Not on the same level as Kwon is, but he was out there filming. So if you've flown to Europe from America, obviously the time difference is insane. Like, you're going to be jet lagged. And I know he went from Norway to the Internet Invitational. Then I believe he actually came here to Michigan to play. If you saw some of his Michigan content, I will say if he led on the first tee with like, hey, Dave, I'm really sorry. Like, I was just in Norway. I'm super jet lagged. I'm still getting used to the time difference. My bad. Like, it won't happen again. I think Portnoy would have been a little bit more forgiving. The four-hole penalty I felt was excessive and a little stupid, but it's the internet. It's the Internet Invitational. Portnoy put up $1 million. He can do whatever he wants. I think if Kwon came with that approach, with like explaining everything, then probably would have done himself a little better. He could, from the camera, it looked like he just kind of showed up and was like, yeah, like, and you guys all saw the footage, right? That's just my thoughts on the matter. I think he could have done himself some more favors, but he's a nice dude. And just remember, he's a human. Just chill on the hate comments. It is what it is. Let's see what episode 2. I listened to a clip of PFT this morning talk about it, and it sounded like he had mentioned that him and Kwon played a couple holes after. It sounded like he just didn't appreciate the way Kwon was talking to him, and I wouldn't either. Like, it's not a great look for a pro to be talking smack to like a 20 handicap. It sounds like there could be more coming based on that clip. I don't know. I'm excited to see what the second episode does. So like I said, make sure you come back for that live stream tomorrow, October 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern time to hear more. That's my thoughts on the matter. Some other stuff that you may have missed. Wesley Bryan actually talked about his suspension. And first of all, Wes, if you see this, what the heck? You give Portnoy the dirt. 2 years? I'm out here covering it. You came on, you talked about it here, 100,000 view video. I thought it was 1 year. You couldn't give me that. You just gave it to Portnoy because he's putting up $1 million. So if you missed it, Wesley talked about his PGA Tour suspension. It looked like allegedly, that Wesley showed Portnoy the letter that Jay Monahan sent him, or whoever sent him from the PGA Tour, about his suspension. Now, the reason I say allegedly is because Portnoy said, you showed me that letter. Was never confirmed what letter he was talking about. I'm guessing it was the letter from the PGA Tour outlining Wesley's suspension. But Wesley mentioned 2 years suspension for Wesley Bryan for playing in the live duels. It's so excessive and it's so stupid. I've talked about it ad nauseum here. If you guys are new here to the channel, I talked about Wesley's suspension. Got called clickbait by other people in the space. He ended up being suspended for playing in the live duels. I always thought it was a year, but it's confirmed 2 years. I'm guessing from the last live duels event, which was like Chicago. So that was like August. So he's basically done on the PGA Tour. PGA Tour career is probably over. Makes sense. I thought he was maybe had a chance to win the appeal. Doesn't sound like it. So Wesley Bryan to live golf almost assuredly makes the most sense now that he knows he's not going to play pro for 2 years. If I'm live, I'm swooping in to sign this man to a contract. Name your price, whatever. Do whatever content you want for the live channel. Hopefully Liv doesn't take his YouTube channel rights like they did for Bryson, allegedly. But I just found that super interesting. Last thing I want to talk about for this episode. I love the production. Was great. Like I said, I was engaged from start to finish. This is going to be probably one of the coolest series in YouTube golf history. I kind of like how they've done the survivor aspect of everything. Create drama, create conflict. We saw Whitney at the end of it, former NHL guy. I played hockey, so I knew Ryan Whitney way back in the day, just screaming at Kwon, calling him basically an asshole for missing his tee time at lunch. Man, I'm so excited for episode 2. But Grant Horvat, where was Grant? I have never in a million years seen a YouTube golf video featuring Grant Horvat where he was just basically a non-factor outside of the fact that he had no idea who John Gruden was, which I found super funny. And saw Grant getting fried on the internet. He posted an apology. Guessing it's in sarcasm for everything. Grant, if you don't watch football, you don't know who John Gruden is. Like, I don't watch soccer or European football, whatever you call it. I don't know who any soccer managers are. Like, the famous manager wouldn't know. So it makes sense that Grant doesn't know who John Gruden is. I'm a diehard Lions fan. I know who John Gruden is. Grant probably was a little young when John Gruden was in his heyday, in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the early 2000s. But he really was non-existent until the end of the video. Super crazy. I was just like, how good of a YouTube golf video it has to be in order to not feature the golden boy, Grant Horvat, in it. You know, he was barely in it. I thought that was super cool. We're seeing some rivalries form already in the first episode. Garrett Micah, Cole Mason, a lot of this stuff, Robbie Riggs. It's very cool. I'm very excited to see the rest of the Internet Invitational. Anyway, guys, that's the clip notes for you, because I don't need to post 3 videos for one episode of the Internet Invitational. Come back tomorrow for that live stream, October 30th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the Scratch Golf Show. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.